I
I
will
will say
never. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go. Wait.
No, you go. No, you go.
Why do people talk about dreams, dream matchups? Dream Opportunities is about imagining what you want things to be like. If only the setting were just right.
None of us will ever forget.
The characters, just right. The timing, just right.
I don't think you can ever do that again, at no point in time.
If only it could all be the way you might have dreamed it up yourself.
People perceived us as being superheroes.
We became a team, and that team just stomped on everybody.
This never happened nowhere.
Figured eventually there'd be a movie made about the Dream Team.
This group may well be the greatest team ever assembled in the history.
Welcome, everybody, to the Dream Team Podcast. Your weekly host here, Hot Sauce Beats, with Joey Sings, Nate Allen, and Yo BGS. Welcome to episode 7.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm excited to be back.
How is everybody
I
doing?
missed you guys.
It's been so long since we've gotten together. I mean, we had, the interview with Derivacat, that was over a week and a half ago, and we missed Joey at that point. So it's been 2 weeks since we've gotten to do this.
Wow, it has been. Wow, I didn't even realize that.
Feels like forever.
It's weird too because we did get together to film the Minecraft. We were playing on the DTP SMP. But outside of that, you're right. This connection of all of us just talking about our channels, what's going on. I miss this. It's like a void in my life when we don't do this.
Same.
I agree. Just like Joey said, I miss you guys, and I look forward to this each week. It's been a hot minute, and I miss your guys' faces. I mean, I see them on reactions, but not talking
It's
to
not
each
the
other.
same.
Not the same.
It's definitely not the same.
So what's new in your guys' life? I'll start off with you, Joey. Either personal, reaction channel. You got new hair. How you doing, fam?
Oh my God, yes, the most important part is I have new hair. Life has been crazy. My mom was sick. That was difficult.
By the way, is she good now?
She's good. She called me today to let me know that my niece's birthday party is tomorrow, which means I gotta go be around a whole bunch of kids. Not looking forward to it.
Uncle Joey babysitting.
Oh no. Those days are behind me. Okay. I'm not babysitting nobody's kid. But yeah, as far as that, YouTube, I've been trying to get a vibe again. I literally after the whole last week, my vibe was off. So I've been trying to get a vibe. I've been watching new people, doing new things. It's
You have been,
and
man.
that's just it for me is I have to break the cycle. So I've been doing the same thing, watching the same people. Okay, I need to break this cycle, watch somebody new, so something different in my boat to see how it rocks. And I think I found where I need to be at because Empires is amazing. I still have to edit a video. I still have a video to edit. Okay, so yeah, I've just been grinding.
I like that. I like that. Yo, how about you? How you doing, bud?
Well, so you guys know, because we've talked about this, all of us, for a while now. Kind of like Joey said, we're trying to find our vibe. Because I don't know, I think we all sort of got into that same, especially when Tommy was just every couple days putting something new out. We were all in the same routine, and now we're trying to find what's next for a lot of us. So I've started doing just weird edits, silly things at the beginning of my video. Today before my saddest one, I took the Technoblade, the Theseus speech, and I made it Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z saying it to Goku. And I'm just having fun doing that. And I'm I don't know, I don't know if those are going to be standalone videos at some point or what, but I think a lot of people don't see that side of things, whereas creators, we're trying to find something that keeps us creatively satisfied. And so I've been doing a lot of that.
I love that Yu-Gi-Oh! Was that Yu-Gi-Oh! I think?
Yeah.
And I was oh my gosh, this is everything. I love that.
So long.
I love the idea
on Minecraft
we're
Manhunt.
Stepping out of the box. We're all tiptoeing this way. We're gonna try this, but also not go all the way in because we know our viewers. I was okay, even editing, today, I was okay, let me play with my editing. I was trying today, I was okay, we'll see how this works out. And then it's funny to see people actually mention, oh my God, you're editing today. And I'm okay, so you know this.
That's
Well, like you
always
said a
been
couple weeks ago, sometimes people like when you don't edit and you're just throwing the mic around doing whatever you feel like.
yeah, without a doubt. And I definitely feel like it's one of those things where you got to feel interested. Like the second that you're editing or doing any of these reactions and you start to feel like, you know, I could be doing something else with my time, or you're falling asleep, or you feel bored, then that's usually when I usually just throw that whole reaction in the trash. I know that that's like a really bad thing to do as a content creator, but if I can't edit it to perfection to where it's at least more interesting for me while editing it to watch it, then I know I just can't save the footage anymore. It's not worth, because I'm not going to put something out to my, you know, my people that are watching that's going to be like lackluster, or that's going to bore them out, you know?
Staying on the topic with you, how have you been, Sir Nate?
Well, it was super cool to see on my YouTube this notification from CG5 again commenting on the recent. Like, man, I don't know what I can tell you. Like, every time I see that, when a creator like notices my reaction, it just makes my everything just go full circle. It's like all this work, everything I'm putting into it, it means so much more when they check it out and watch it and they're able to like say different parts. Like he mentioned like he loved the part where I froze it and did the sus meme for the Coke thing, because I was like, I like Coke, and I paused it. And that was the part that he laughed at. And I was like, yo, I'm so glad you did, because that moment, that like one slice of the video maybe took me 30 to 40 minutes just to edit and put together. So I appreciate that, you know, and that was a cool way to start off the week. I did have like multiple things I had to do, and I did get down on myself a little bit towards the middle of the week, especially when it came to like trying to like really feel like I can connect with my audience and be like, hey, I'm not dead. I'm here. I know it's been over a week. I see the numbers going down or whatever, but I'm trying different things. I'm doing some things in real life. Like I'm going outside. I'm trying to like breathe in that air and just deal with that other side of me, because I have this beast, you know, the depression part of me is that beast that's kind of always talking, you know. So when that happens, when it's loud, I get off social media, try to stay away from people, and I just like I will go outside, I'll exercise, I will drink water, I will talk to people, like friends and stuff, and I'll play video games, or I'll like figure out a way to take my mind off of that. And so that's kind of headspace I've been in this week, a little bit of a creative rut. But I'm getting the ball rolling. I'm realizing what's going on, and I'm turning things around. And I was so excited to talk with y'all. Like,
right? Well, that's something that I think a lot of people don't realize about, you know, reaction channels is, you know, a lot of people think it's so easy. You just point, shoot, record, talk, stop, upload. And I think as a reaction channel, and I know Nate, you know, you've definitely, just like you mentioned, you've probably felt some heat this week. I mean, it's very, you know, now, oh, this person dropped. Where's your reaction? Where's your reaction? And it's very, you get in this routine. Yes, there are different creators we react to, but it's, you know, it's a lot of, you know, the same thing. And you just, you know, I've fallen victim to that rut too, where I get burnt out, and I don't know. I usually, when I get burnt out, you know, I take a couple days to a week and try and get my mind right again. And it's usually something, you know, we're going to talk about some videos, but, you know, like a Dream upload or a Satis up or Technoblade, something like that gets me like excited again. And that's not saying to any other content creators I don't, but when you're racked into Tommy every week, 2 Tommies every week, you get used to it, you know, whereas Technoblade, you don't know when you're getting it. Dream, you don't know. So it's like that kind of stuff really like kind of gets me re-energized again, you know?
There's also this thing about reacting that I feel like can sometimes suck the soul out of it, is when like you are doing the reactions more and more, and then you go to the comment section and you have people still requesting stuff after you just poured your whatever, your sweat, your soul into that one upload. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like as a reaction channel, you got to take yourself off of that hamster wheel every now and then and just look at your surroundings and realize, yeah, you do have a great platform. You do have it good. You have all these people who just really want to see you outside of the reaction. You have all these people who actually just want to see you. So it's one of those things of just being focused on I guess those things that really keep you in the YouTube game, that will keep you focused.
I've been seeing a lot of that on Twitch. That's been the nice part about, because I started up a hardcore world. I've actually been doing those for like a year now, and I do those before I do any like reactions on stream. And after the Manhunt, I actually started up a new one in 1.18 because I was like, dude, these caves are magnificent. But you start to see almost as many people coming for that. And then when you start the reaction, sometimes people like leave. And so you're like, well, okay, you guys must be here for the Minecraft side of things, which sort of, it makes us feel better. Cause I mean, it's hard, you know, like Joey, you put out a vlog this week, and it's hard. Like when you put out a vlog and then in the comments, people are like, well, yeah, but do you know about Kanaya? Do you know about this? And it's like, no, this is Joey time.
Yes, and that's literally that's my every, like, I think that's one of like the biggest things that like gets to me is like, especially on the videos that I take my time to edit and throw like this cute little spit and do this, and it's like as soon as I post it, like even if I'm premiering it, there's no comment saying, oh, I'm excited to see the video. It's, oh, well, can you watch so and so? Or it's the people in my comments who say, oh, day 33 of asking you to watch this. And then I'm like, and then I'm one of those people where I'm scrolling through my comments trying to see where's 32, where's 31, where's 30, like just backtracking. And I've never seen you in my comments before. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, this is annoying. So like that is definitely one of the biggest things for me. I'm like, okay, can you just tell me what the video was? Can you tell me what you thought about this video? I put work in it. Tell me what you thought. And I hate like the ones who try to make you feel bad. Like that is like my comments, like, oh, I requested this 3 months ago and my cat passed away, and I really want you to react to this. I'm just like, oh, the cat passed away. Like, no, I feel so obligated.
They're guilt tripping you hard.
Oh my, they get me, and they get me. I'll be like, oh, let me watch this first today when I start reacting because her cat passed away, and I want her to feel better. And then like in the comments, she's like, oh, thank you for reacting to this. Like, my cat is okay, and I'm like, oh. Okay.
Wow.
Well, hey, Joey, sticking on you. You kind of had a pretty big content creator leave a comment on one of your videos.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Space. You know, like always, I smoke a lot. You know what? That literally like threw me, because usually like I feel like creators like that where you are like already set in your ways, like y'all don't go and pay attention to see who's reacting to you. Like you don't do it. So then like that comment like took me by surprise to saying that I was one of the first people. Like he's like, that was a first for him. Like nobody's reacting. I'm like, what? Nobody saw this masterpiece besides me? Like, what is going on?
What I really enjoyed about that comment was it wasn't just like, don't get me wrong, any comment from someone that you're acting to is a big deal. But it wasn't just a, hey, thanks for checking me out.
Yeah, it was the fact that he commented. Yeah. He commented first and then edited. Yes, and then after watching the whole video, I was like, wait a minute, you watched the whole thing. Okay. But it's like, I love that because it definitely makes me feel like I've done something right.
I feel like this is really the first time we've been able to do this. The overall foundation of this channel is the Dream SMP. And my friends, holy cow, did it come back with a bang. A bang in one night. One night. This is like that, you know, that prom night that you don't forget. You had a one night of fun, and we got 4 content creators that gave us some lore. And holy cow, did we get lore. Let's start off with the first video, the first person that uploaded, and that is the beloved, the highly entertaining, the one and only Technoblade.
You know what? I feel like when Techno releases a video, it's just like everything goes crazy. So like this video, like I wasn't expecting this. So then like I get the notification, like I'm pretty sure all of you do, from like all the kids going crazy. Techno's releasing the video on this day, and y'all gotta get ready. I'm just like, okay, you know, like I can't like, and it's just like this video was just Quackity's acting is insane. Like I think like he was meant to play like this evil dark character. Like his role, I'm just like, oh my goodness.
The clutch that was what 87 days too late.
Yes.
The rematch.
So wait. I have to ask this just for the record, Nate. What level of spoiling are you comfortable with?
Go ahead and give it to me. This is the Dream Team podcast for a reason.
Because the Philza clutch was he called Technoblade back to the Syndicate. So he set off the trap and Techno just whoop right out of prison.
What? To rewind just a second, though, the video is called The Visit. So Quackity, I feel like, I really think he was about to murder Technoblade. So he went there with one, like, this is your last shot. You're giving me the revival book now, no exceptions. And then, dude, so right when Quackity's starting off this, like, epic rant, right? He's standing close to the edge with his back turned towards Technoblade. Technoblade hit him off in the lava. And Quackity's like, whoa, what? Oh, that's how we're starting off? Okay. I'm done playing, Technoblade. And it set the overall tone of this video. Like, Quackity, even though, yes, there was laughter, but it was very, like, Quackity even brought out the pickaxe and was about to get revenge for his scar and his missing tooth. He was literally about to die, and right as, like, he's lifting up, poof, like a magic trick, Technoblade vanishes in thin air. Stasis chamber activated.
Stasis chamber. This freaking stasis chamber. Oh my god. Wow. Of course.
And then there's this awkward moment because, like he was like, Quackity started asking Dream what happened.
Yeah, because he thought Dream was in on it, and Dream had no clue. So Dream is just as shocked as everyone, and Quackity's like, "Where's he at, Dream?" And Dream's acting in that video, I think, equally as good as Quackity, because Dream, like, when I was reacting to him, I'm like, bro, like, give him an Oscar. He is legit. I could hear fear in his voice on this video. Like, he was terrified of Quackity.
And that makes sense, because in the timing, Quackity has been torturing Dream for many months, right? Like a bunch of months, at least with the lore.
Used to be. He has not tortured Quackity once since Quackity hasn't even visited since Technoblade's been there.
Yeah. But he was super concerned about the fact that it would be the two of them against him, even though he's in, like, full netherite and stuff.
But he kept bringing it up, too. He did mention it a lot. He was like, this was my plan all along, Techno. Like, I wanted to get the two strongest people off the server. Like, that was your plan. Like, to get them to not realizing that Techno was supposed to be gone 3 months ago.
And what I even found odd about Quackity's, let's just call it a rant, because it was a rant. He mentioned multiple times, I don't care if you escape. Give me that revival book and be gone. Do whatever you want. All I'm here for is that revival book. I brought you here, Technoblade, to essentially, he gave Dream an ultimatum. Give me that revival book or I'm killing Technoblade. Once Technoblade opened his big mouth and was like, what's that gonna do? He's got the revival book. Then Quackity's like, you're right. I'm just gonna kill both of you. If you're not gonna give me the book, what are you good for? To, like, finish it off though on Technoblade's stream. So then we had this interaction with Technoblade and Filza. The way that they played it off, because obviously we know in real life why the Dream SMP paused for 3 months due to, health issues with Technoblade. But the way that they played it off was that Filza misread the will. It said 2 or 3 days, but Filza thought it said 3 months. So the whole time, and Technoblade wouldn't drop it. He's like, oh, you can't read? 3 months? You think I want to be in prison for 3? Are you an idiot? And it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
I love that.
So then after that, Quackity starts looking around the prison to try and find where Technoblade went, because he thinks that Techno is in the prison. He goes back to the cell and Dream is gone.
Wait, how?
Yes.
How?
And you know what? As I was reacting to this, I was like, in my head, I stopped. And I was like, wait a minute. There's no way Dream escaped. Like, where did he go? And I'm like, wait a minute. He has to be in the toilet. Like, he has to be. So I'm watching this and I'm seeing them run through the prison. The sirens is going off. And I'm like, oh my God. So, like, how did he get out? Like, what did he do? Like,
damn siren, bro. They let that siren play for like 3 minutes on the video. Oh, I was just as annoyed as anyone watching that. But I like that they left that in there because it almost made you feel part of it, because it was so chaotic when
it
they
definitely
thought,
made you feel uncomfortable.
yes.
I was like adjusting my volume. Like I was like up, down, up, down.
I mean, if you look at it this way, it should make you feel uncomfortable. I try to put that same like theme within every reaction for Dream, but Dream is arguably the most devious and evil and maniacal person on the entire server. So him being escaping that way after they put all that effort into making a pretty much impenetrable prison, it should make you feel chills. It should make everyone unsettled because it's like, all right, so what's gonna happen next? And I totally forgot that Quackity 100% needed that book for Schlack because he made that deal with them.
Yeah.
Quackity loses it. Quackity goes.
Oh my god, he went
like,
cuckoo. He even threatened to kill Sam.
Like, it was crazy. Like, oh my goodness. But then that like took over to like, who was it? I think Quackity's.
Hold on. We can't forget the end of Technoblade's video.
Oh right.
Oh.
I'll let one of you guys say it.
Techno goes. Did Dream give him a book with coordinates?
Yes, because remember he brought it up by accident, and he's like, "Oh God, don't look at those coordinates."
And then so Techno leaves with the coordinates. It turns out it was the spot where him and Dream first met on the server. He digs down, and there's blueprints to the prison.
Yep.
And that's literally how it ends. He literally says, all right, I'll see you guys in the next one.
He's like, well, I think this is the end of this video. And what? How's this the end?
When Quackity's video ended with the sirens going off.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was Sam's video that you found out that Dream didn't actually go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Sam's video? So Sam has a video with his perspective?
Yeah.
So there's four creators uploaded. And the order to watch them is Technoblade, Quackity, Sam, Foolish. So essentially, Quackity and Sam's are the same video. Like, kind of like when Wilbur and Tubbo did the Wilburger video. Those two, like, they're literally A, B together. And they got a little bit of overlap.
They converge at the end. Because Quackity leaves to go talk to Foolish. And we'll come back to that after we get done with this. Sam goes all around the prison and he's trying to figure out where Dream is. And basically what you find out is, because remember Dream was banging his head against the wall because he was so mad about Dream had dug just enough under the toilet that he could crouch and not drown. So he was just hiding in there, and then Sam went and found him. And
it was like watching Sam's, like his POV too was just like so like intense because he was going, like he was losing it. Like, wait a minute, like this is secure. Like, where did you go? How did he get out? Like, he checked every room like twice, like closing doors. He goes back in. He's like running around the cell before he realized, like, oh, let me jump in the toilet.
Yeah, because he finds out. He looks at the, across like the lava lake. He looks at the cell and he sees cobblestone at the bottom. And he's like, there shouldn't be cobblestone. And it's because the water was draining out into the lava. And that was how he figured out.
Wow.
So then Sam and Dream, check me if I was wrong on this, but Sam and Dream had this whole conversation, and it seemed like the whole purpose behind it was you find out that the reason there's so many crappy things in the prison, like the courtyard doesn't have access to the sky, there's only potatoes, there's not steaks, like every miserable change in the prison, Dream suggested.
Or Dream suggested for Tommy.
Yeah,
that was what Sam was saying, was essentially you built this prison for Tommy, but yeah, they made the things they were essentially for torture.
Like Sam's backbone, his speech, like when he was talking to Dream, the way he was like just like sitting here, like he was done with Dream's shit. Like you could tell he's like, you know what? This is your fault. You wanted this, like this is what you did. And like Dream, of course, being Dream, like, oh, I think we should add steaks to the menu and we should open this up. Like,
yeah.
I think there's really three main points though of Sam having a video. One, to essentially find Dream. Two, because we learn why the prison was made, establish more of a relationship between Dream and Sam. And three, Sam's not telling anybody that he found Dream. Sam is keeping it a secret because Dream convinced him. He's like, all right, I'm not gonna escape, keep me here, but don't tell Quackity because he's gonna kill me. Like, Sam, I know you're not a bad guy. You may be acting crazy lately, but I know you're not a killer. You know Quackity's gonna kill me. So right now, Quackity's out freaking out, telling everybody, ringing that bell, Dream's gone, Dream's gone, Dream's gone, but he's not. And Sam knows it, and Sam's keeping it a secret.
And like that makes me think, like, I'm so excited to figure out, like, it makes you like think of like what's going to happen.
It makes
like,
sense though, like for them to show Sam's perspective in this regard, because they need that panic once again to set in. If you think of it this way, Sam and Dream's character has been literally tied over this prison, over the dynamic of him being the warden and Dream being the one sole prisoner before Tommy entered in. And that idea of Dream kind of torturing Sam by making things worse. Like, for Sam, it's his worst nightmare for Dream to actually escape. He has one job, one freaking prisoner. So
but that's the conversation, because Dream's even telling him, he's like, if Quackity comes back and kills me, you failed at your job because you're supposed to keep me in here and alive. So then what Quackity was up to, Quackity ran back to Las Nevadas because he realizes Technoblade's out. I have the closest thing to a government. I'm doomed. So he goes and gets Foolish and is like, we need to build a bunker. We need a bunker. And he goes, we need everything you've got. And Foolish just casually drops like a dozen netherite blocks. He's like, here's plenty for everyone. I'll get to work on the bunker now. Foolish's point of view is great because his whole thing was just like, oh, Quackity has something for me to build. And, Quackity's like, Techno's out of prison. And Foolish is like, I don't think that's possible. Like, he just is completely missing the point on all of it. And, like, you realize that Quackity really has just a band of misfits up there.
And I'll tell you what really scares me from Sam's video, the one thing that I hope does not happen, because this is a storyline that I do want to change. I hope it doesn't get back to Technoblade, that Dream has escaped and the prison breakout doesn't happen, because Dream's been in prison since January. We need to change that. We need this epic syndicate, everybody versus Las Nevadas. It's been a while since we've had a war.
Dream has been in prison over half the lifespan of the server.
Oh, wow. I've never thought of it that way.
Because the server's only been around like 13 months, and Dream's been in prison for 8 of them.
Wow. Wow. I've never thought of it that way.
I think I'm excited to see how this branch out. That is mind-blowing. But I'm excited to see how this branches out, because the alarm, when it went off in the first one, they said it's one of those things they hear across
that's right.
the thing. And apparently there were multiple people playing, but not necessarily in the lore who actually heard it.
Yep. So the prison alarm goes off throughout the whole server when it goes off.
So
but would Technoblade just think that's for him? Because Techno could be like, they're looking for me.
He could. And I don't think word or rumor really, because Filza doesn't leave there, with the exception of Technoblade is in L'Manberg where he met Dream. I don't think, instantly word would get to them. But also Nikki's not there and Rambu's not there. And I don't even know, is Rambu still part of the syndicate? Is he? Isn't he? Is he syndicate and Wilburger Van?
Rambu is Rambu.
I was just about to say that. I was about to say Rambu seems to be Rambu.
Is he still married to Tubbo? Is that relationship gone? Is he a terrorist now? Is he not?
Who's feeding Michael? Who is feeding Michael? But so here's the big thing I think is going to happen sooner rather than later. I think Foolish is going to be digging out this bunker, and he's going to find the TNT that Rambu was told to place under everything. Because Foolish doesn't do anything half-assed, so he's going to narrow out like thousands of blocks for this thing. And if Rambu actually placed the TNT, he's probably going to bump into it.
That would literally set everything off. Like that.
Pat yourself on the back for that one, yo. Seriously.
For real.
I don't even know. I never thought of that. I don't think that's just a good idea. I think that's going to happen.
I think it would have to, because and then that escalates the Burger Van versus Las Nevadas, but does Technoblade find Wilbur and decide to help him out like Pogtopia 2.0? And when is Tommy coming back to the server? That dude has been dormant.
What I find really weird was Tommy went on this like month-long span of, because we thought when Wilburger, that whole 2-week span happened, we thought the Dream SMP was picking back up. Tommy was streaming every day. That's when he took down the flag, and he was going crazy. He took down Tarjay, and he was just doing anything and everything. And then poof, just stopped.
Well, he did also get sick in the middle of that, so that may have had something to do with it.
I will say this. I think it's just like we had predicted in a previous podcast. I think that they're trying to recreate what happened last year. And I think that they're building momentum. They're building suspense towards it. I think November 16th is going to be a very, very interesting day. Ooh. The Remembrance Day, the Memorial Day of everything that happened. And I think that they're probably gearing up towards that. And they're just setting down the pathway towards that. And I think once we see Tommy coming back too with like Dream SMP Lore on the main channel, and he starts streaming the Dream SMP Lore again, I think that is a good signal that things are about to get really interesting. Things are probably going to explode, because once we see Tommy, we know that usually means destruction. And the reason why he's not here is because they're building towards that.
I think Technoblade being at a place in real life where he's, back at making content again, I think that was the first domino to start this chain reaction. I think you're right. I think the next one is Tommy dropping that first big video back on the Dream SMP, and how's he gonna take Thinking Dreams out? I mean, really, riddle me that. How's Tommy?
How's he gonna take that he's been replaced? He still thinks he's working with Wilbur on that whole area.
Yes,
because we know that Tommy doesn't take well to Wilbur giving other people attention.
That's true.
Does that mean he's gonna go after Rambo?
Wait, it's funny though, because it almost seemed like they've had like a conversation about don't stream much on the server, because like Foolish has been playing a lot of like Valorant. Like there's just a whole lot of, even the people that would have streamed on it every day aren't really on. And I don't know, because that was why to me I was like, is the server sort of dying off because nobody's like, not even the people who were doing it every day.
I agree, because yeah, you had those, even though maybe the big creators on the server weren't on, you always had those daily people on building, just making fun content on the Dream SMP. And then, I feel like it's like the calm before the storm. Like they stopped everything, laid, this best night of your life with 4 streams. We haven't heard. Oh, well, okay. So then there was another, not necessarily like a Dream SMP Lore stream, but Philza he did like a little, he hit 30K subs on Twitch, which is insane.
Wow.
And as a reward of that, he read Technoblade's will, which even if you don't react to it, I highly recommend watching it. I've never thought a make-believe will could be a tearjerker, but he has a couple lines in there about Tommy, about Nikki and Rambo, and then about his relationship with Phil that, it's actually really emotional. And then he ends it off by saying he's, if he doesn't make it back out of prison, he's going to war with God. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
If that ain't the most Technoblade thing I ever heard, you get a little bit of emotion, and then you're going to end it off by saying, you know what, God, you better watch out if you're taking me, because I'm taking you down.
Definitely see what they're doing, though. And you got to applaud it. You got to respect what they're doing, because the way that the show, or I hate to call it a show, but the way Dream SMP handles death, I guess for a lot of kids, it can maybe be a bit, maybe they could be a bit desensitized, maybe not understand what's going on. And we already saw the way the community was responding to Technoblade and the whole diagnosis and that entire thing. The youth can sometimes take an idea and just run with it. But I love the way that they did that, because it kind of cements that, like, okay, rest assured, I don't think anything will happen. But let's say something did happen to Techno. his character is wrapped up in such a poetic way that there's no question what he's done. There's no question for what he means to the community, and his essence, his Technoblade character, has that baked into it, which just adds a level of love and care and respect to the overall Dream SMP that I don't think we've really seen with other SMPs or anything like that nature when it comes to Minecraft. Outside of like, Phil, I love to liken Phil to building that entire monument for his friend. I would say like that's another thing that's kind of like, it kind of takes out that world of Minecraft and kind of makes it a bit more about a real issue, while still keeping it within the walls of the game.
So to add on to what you're saying right there, Nate, something that I really gotta tip my hat to Dream about is ever since Technoblade came out and told everybody, about the diagnosis, Dream has not taken off that ribbon off of. He wore it during MCC, during the lore videos that we got that night. He still has on that ribbon for cancer awareness. And
wow.
And what really does kind of bug me is the people that hate on Dream. I'm a Peyton Manning fanning. I hate Tom Brady, but I'll give him respect where it's due. At least give the man credit for something that you can't hate on him for something that he is doing. The money that he raised, him wearing that ribbon, that, he still is doing something to show support for a friend and a cause, a movement, if you will. So I really love that he has not taken off that ribbon, even outside of just the first video after Technoblade's video. I got to tip my hat off to Dream for that.
Absolutely.
We, my friends, are doing a spelling bee. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Let's do some spelling bee, my friends. So we're about to do the Dream Team podcast spelling bee, but
spell SMP.
Let's get a cheers to the first game of the night, my friends. It's always fun talking with you, and good luck. So I'm just gonna start off by the way my screen looks. So Joey, not to pick on you, but you are up.
I felt that in my spirit. I was like, I'm first.
So Joey, your word is absence.
Wait, what?
Absence. Like the absence of Technoblade in the prison is driving Quackity crazy.
I feel like ABSCENCE.
God, I wish I had a buzzer, like either a bell for right or a buzzer for wrong.
Oh, you have the XLR, but you don't have a buzzer.
How the fuck else would you do this job? Cocaine and hookers, my friend.
What?
Matthew McConaughey on the podcast?
We have our guest host, my friends.
I can't spell. I skipped school.
I'm terrible at it. That's why I'm really enjoying being the host for this. Incorrect. The absence is ABSENCE. Absence.
I knew it. It's the afterthought. It's like, wait a minute, those letters.
That's C.
Yeah.
That's C.
Yo, are you ready?
No.
Yo, your first word is irresistible.
Okay. We'll try irresistible. I've had too much to drink I'm gonna lose my place. IRRESISTABLE.
You were so close. I thought you were gonna get it. So wrong. IRRESISTIBLE.
I knew that. I was like, wait, there's an I at the end. At least I'm not the only one getting it wrong. You know what I'm saying? I love this.
Sir Nate.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Questionnaire.
Let's go.
A good word.
Let's go. What are you, Nate? What are you looking at?
Nate's cheating.
Doing? Nate, what are you doing?
Black. He's talking to Siri.
What are you doing over there?
I'm just staring. I'm literally staring at your screen.
Are your dogs there? Are your dogs helping you, Nate?
Oh. Bailey, no. Stop giving me tips.
Stop it, Bailey. You're grounded. Are you still looking it up? Are you typing right now?
Oh, I'm so stupid. I thought you meant that a questionnaire was coming up. We were switching it. I thought you were going to ask me questions this whole time.
That's why we couldn't figure out what you were doing.
You sound like Philza trying to play off it was 3 months and not 2 days.
I should cut off the drinks probably. Okay, questionnaire. QUESTIONAIRE.
You were really close too. You forgot a letter.
What I miss?
QUESTIONNAIRE.
Oh, I thought he said that.
I didn't say 2 N's. No.
Okay.
We're blaming it on the alcohol. It's the alcohol.
So
That is why.
That's O's 07s chat. Can we get some 07s for the
For
first
real.
round of the spelling bee?
We get some F's in the chat.
Joey, my friend, my brother, are you ready?
No.
Restaurant.
No.
Yeah. I'm doing
There's a comedian.
Like
There's a comedian named Patrice O'Neill, and he has a whole bit, and he's like, if I had to spell restaurant, like if you put a gun to my mom's head and said spell restaurant, I would be like, Mom, I'm sorry. I love you, but
I'm sorry, Mama.
Okay. You would think I've worked in enough of them to know how to spell the word. RESTAURANT.
Ding, 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 ding. Good job. Woo! And the point goes to Sir Joey.
Yes.
Ooh.
I've worked in too many. If I did not spell this word correct.
I was off. I was thinking it was a different. I got that wrong.
yeah, you get into the middle of the stew and you just lose it.
Yo, are you ready?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay,
Your word.
I got it right. Yes.
I like that. I like that. Your word. Maneuver.
I don't think any two languages spell this word the same.
English.
I'm pretty sure this is like color. There's like unnecessary U's in there somewhere.
Let's just stick with the way that the English language spells it.
Okay. Maneuver.
And yes, I have to look at the correct spelling while you're answering because I'm wrong on most of these, by the way. I'm just being real with you guys.
MANHUNTER.
We got back-to-back right answers, baby.
Yes!
Ding, ding, ding. Okay. Can we do the 3P? The 3P. Are you ready, Nate? And the next thing that comes out of my mouth after your answer is a word. I'm not saying a random phrase. It's your word. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Millennium.
All right, millennium. MILLENIUM.
So close. So close.
Oh.
MILLENNIUM. You got double L's, double N's.
Boo.
GG. F in the chat. F in the chat.
Know what? We got Joey and Yo tied with 1. Anything can happen this last round. Are you ready, Joey?
Of course.
Miniature.
Wait. No, see, you're trying to mess me up.
That's what I'm saying.
I know this one. I wish I had this one.
Is it because you have miniature dogs?
Yeah, it's literally.
Oh my goodness. Why do I not? I like my mind is blank. Is it MINITAURE?
Close.
MINIATURE. Miniature.
That A.
Still good though. You're tied. You're tied for currently first place. So you're still sitting okay.
I have yet to win a game, so I've got to win something.
Now, Yo, I'm stating the obvious right here. You get this right, you win.
Spell map.
Right?
Okay. Your word for the win, mischievous. I'm very mischievous right now, I know.
I'm triggered.
I think I know how to spell that, to be honest.
That's not a word. Let's what?
Well, good job spelling it in your head first, then saying it out loud. I will congratulate you on that, yo.
Yeah, let's try and go MISCHEVIOUS.
No.
That was
There's an I somewhere in there.
There's an I in there.
MISCHIEVOUS.
That was what I did in my head. I was like, is it IE or EI? And then I was like, no, that's stupid. There's no I there.
Okay, so Nate, you can tie it right now. Force a three-way tie, and then we'll just have to add a fourth round and see what happens. I'll pick some tough ones. Minuscule. Your word is minuscule.
What does this have to do with the Dream SMP?
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, remember when we started this podcast, we said we wanted to broaden our horizons. So once the Dream SMP ends, we still our future is spelling bees. Okay, we're gonna host our own spelling bee, so you're welcome. I just figured out a moneymaker for us.
All right. So I get it. This is the torture hour featuring Hot Sauce Pete.
Yes.
All right. Let me see if I could do this one. Minuscule. MINI. I feel like it's similar to miniature, but I like at the same time I don't. SCULE?
No.
What? Really? I thought he had it.
MINUSCULE. Oh. Minuscule. Minuscule.
GG.
There's no I, it's a U.
Minus cool.
Minus cool, literally.
So
Okay,
all you did
so-
was prove to our subscribers that we do not know how to spell.
Yes.
All right, we have a tiebreaker round between Sir Joey and Sir Yo. Yo, your first word, occurrence.
All right, let's see here. Well, I put the occur in occurrence. I just want to point that out. For the record. I gotta go OCCURRANCE.
Oh my God, you were so close. I thought you had it. OCCURRENCE.
Ah, no!
God, you were so close. Okay, but if it makes you feel any better, like I said, this other one's tough too.
Oh, Jesus.
Joey, perseverance for the win. Can you...
Oh, the kitty poster. There's the poster of the kitty hanging onto a branch, and it says perseverance, and then it says hang in there, kitty.
Yeah, yep.
I'm guessing with the cat reference, it's probably spelt wrong, though, so probably doesn't help.
PUR.
Oh, perseverance, maybe. Like
Ah!
I think it's per. I think it's per.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, my goodness. PERSIRVERINCE. I don't know. What word am I spelling? My mind's going blank.
No, yeah, it was perseverance. You got it wrong.
Okay, that was
PERSEVERANCE. Perseverance.
Yo wins. He was closer. Yay!
Yay.
So, chat, let us know. Did any of you, was it tied 1-1? Who got more than one? If you got more than one, you, my friends, are the winner of the Dream Team Podcast non-DSMP Spelling Bee.
If you got more than one, you're a liar.
Everyone in the chat right now, I spelled it wrong.
And if it makes you feel better, the list that I picked is the top 151 most commonly misspelled words.
Okay.
You set
You
us up for
would.
failure.
You
You set us
would.
up
I
for
gotta do
failure.
you. I'm feeling very mischievous. Okay, hey, that was fun. Chat, I hope you guys enjoyed that. So now we're gonna kind of backtrack because something happened literally right after our last episode, and that is the one and only Derivacat dropped her brand new song, Finally Found You. What did you guys think?
You know, I loved it. I love the fact that she's taking risks. Cause like I feel like with Dream SMP or anything like that, when you get caught in that category, like, oh, she makes Dream SMP music, that's all she can make. And I love that she gave us this original song that had nothing to do with the Dream SMP, I don't believe. And it's just
Nothing.
and it was like the vibe. Like when I pressed play, I was like, you know what? Like I'm ready to like get in my car and play this on the radio with the windows down. And everybody asked me, who is this? Because like that is what I got from that. I was like, you know what? She can do anything. Like no matter what it is. Like even back to the podcast, like I'm watching as a fan because I was sick and I wasn't here. I was like just loving how she was expressing like, oh, I like to do this and I try this and I know I'm not good at this, but I'm not going to not do this because I'm not perfect. And I'm like, you know what? People like that need more recognition.
Yes.
Like, don't sleep on her because she is not giving you only Dream SMP, but listen to how she tells a story with the words and the music and the visual and everything plays together. Like I thought I was watching like The Matrix, like the way like the Finally Found You thing was like running across the thing. And I'm like, yes.
How do you how do you guys feel about the way Natrum kind of influenced the record?
I loved it. So he's I think, correct me if I'm wrong, a predominantly EDM music producer. What I also really found interesting about it was from talking to her through the podcast and hearing that she's been really vibing out to EDM lately and that it's been influencing her. Literally, the next song she releases is a very, very EDM-centric, instrumental beat, whatever you want to call it. But you felt even the drums that were in it were EDM drums. The chorus, the slow down pre-chorus to this grand EDM-esque hook. So I've never heard of him before, but I did a little bit of research and found out that he's a predominantly EDM producer. So I loved it. I think it pushed her outside of her comfort zone, even though I don't really believe Derivacat has a comfort zone.
I
She doesn't.
don't either. I don't. It gave me Zed vibes. Like I love Zed. So Clarity and like all those is like when I was listening, I'm like, wait a minute, okay, I feel like, like she's on to something, but I still like the idea that she's not afraid to like test different genres and like to just experiment because you never know. Like if you don't experiment with different types of music and different genres and different this, you don't know what you can do. And I love that she's not closing herself in the box. So many people get stuck and like, oh, I can only do R&B or I can only do pop. And I'm like, no, like you have to find that ground to where you're like, let me try this and see what I like. Look at these big artists. They don't get stuck nowadays. You got everybody. You got Lil Nas who wants to give y'all pop and then he wants to give you R&B. Then he wants to give you whatever the case may be. And I love artists that don't get stuck.
I loved, so the big thing that hit for me when I listened to it was like vibes of, pick your rhythm game, right? Like Beat Saber, Dance Dance Revolution. There's some games where you're like playing almost a washing machine because the buttons are in a circle. Like everything about it to me spoke to, and it's kind of a personal story, but like me and my buddies, we used to go to the mall like every day after school, and next to there's like the Asian buffet, they had a DDR machine, and we would play there and then eat free samples like every time the person would come out with like the chicken. And it was just like, we talked with Kat about how music makes you feel something. And that song took me like right back to those days and just being there. And like, those kind of days where you're like, all right, I don't know what's going on tomorrow. Yesterday may not have been great, but today was one of those days it was a good day to be alive because I had my life sorted out for 5 minutes. And that was like, I just kept seizing on that my whole reaction because I was like, it just makes you feel so confident like in who you are.
Ice Cube couldn't have said it better. Today's going to be a good day. And I agree with you on that. But yo, something I've actually been wanting to ask you, because this is definitely down your area of expertise. As a radio DJ, with her, I know she has put out her own music before. Like, this isn't the first non-Dream SMP song we've gotten of hers, but how did you feel about this being her own song and it being radio ready? Like, is this a song that you could hear on the radio?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely... It's the problem we get with a lot of the independent artists, you know, like Lovejoy. You hear their songs, you're like, that's radio ready. It has a, you know, when we go through every week and we kind of listen to all the songs we have and we're like, all right, you know, what is this? What's the vibe? Like, what slot does this fill essentially? You know, like AJR fits like the alt vibe, or like Dua Lipa's more the pop, like dance type. You sit there like, would this fit a need that our listener has? And you're like, yeah. It absolutely would. And one of the big things we always talk about is, you know, like the target listener and all the things that they're into. It's this whole like market research kind of thing. But I look at that person and I'm like, what would that person think about this? And I'm like, dude, for the mom driving in the car, they would vibe out to it. Like, I think that it has all the makings of it. The problem is just, and I've said this a lot with a bunch of the artists I've reacted to, not having a label, not having a way for like the bigger stations to introduce it in a meaningful way. Like, that's just, and to me, that's why radio is so far behind, because they got so set in their ways of like, there's only one way to get a song more airplay, and not letting these new artists break in. Like, it's criminal, because it would be, people would call in and request you play it more if we played it.
I think that is an interesting part of the song, and I feel like that was kind of the sentiment that she has, because we did get a chance to talk a bit more about her mindset being an independent artist and not having those companies strong arm for you or squeeze their way in the door of a lot of these radio stations. And her mindset is just so grounded, it's so leveled. And we were talking about it like, hey, if you don't release a song with the Dream SMP in the title, how's it going to do? Like, that kind of thing. And her mindset is not focused on the right now and maybe the way the numbers are being reflected. She's looking at the body of work. She's focusing on her craft. She's making sure that the quality is at the highest it could possibly be. And the song is meaningful and it has a good story. And that's really all you can really do when you're an independent artist like this. Of course, yeah, you can manage, you can promote your stuff the best you can. But if you don't have a table of guys, I guess, kind of sitting behind you to kind of, you know, reach out to a lot of these bigger places to get you placements and things like that, or even Spotify placements and things of that nature, then it can be kind of difficult getting that record to push, really, as far as maybe some of the other records. And unfortunately, we did end up seeing that a little bit when it comes to the numbers, when it comes to this song and the way it was released. It's kind of interesting because it's a similar boat that we're all in as content creators. And
oh God, yes.
Many other, yeah, bless you, by the way. But yeah, we're all trying to put out our own seed, our own like body of us, our own personality out there with the reactions. That way people come and subscribe to us while we're watching these greater content creators. And it's the same thing for Derivacat. It's finding that lane and finding that audience that will listen to her outside of the Dream SMP, outside of that community.
It's so weird too, because like, I just thought of this as you were talking about that, Nate, because one, like, for some reason, it reminded me of this thing that we talk about in radio, where whenever there's a new artist that I want to play, because I'm on the younger end of the people there, I always get the same argument thrown like back at me. And they always say, you know, like Glass Animals, when Heat Waves was everywhere.
Yeah.
I brought it up and they go, well, I don't know. Are we going to get more credit for playing Glass Animals, or would we get more credit for playing the new Ed Sheeran? And I'm like, I think people just want music that they like. Like, I don't think you have to have that name. And it's because of what you said, Nate, about like Ed for the longest time has had this army behind him advocating for it. It's like the Kardashian thing where you're like, why are the Kardashians famous? Because they're on TV. Why are they on TV? Because they're famous. And if you're Derivacat and you're neither of those things, how do you become those things?
I think that's definitely, after we talked with her, we know Kat is a genius. Like, when we were able to speak with her, she's a freaking genius. And I know she's always cooking something. And I feel like she has the answer to that question. And it's just one of those things where I feel like she's going to constantly be experimenting to confirm that for herself, because, and I feel like this is a reason why we all just need to always pay attention to Derivacat, Evan, some of the people we're going to have on here, because these are content creators that are in the same like idea that we are in. Like, we are in the DSMP community because we love it. This is genuinely something we all love watching. But has it also been somewhat of a speedboat for all of our careers? Yes, it has. But does that mean that it needs to be the life raft as well?
Exactly.
No.
I like that. Yep.
You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be the life raft. It can be that same bit, and we can still figure out a way to tap into the extra audiences out there, because there's billions of people, more and more people tapping in on YouTube every day.
It's part of the foundation, not the whole foundation.
Exactly.
I think we have, last but not least, a segment for this episode. And my friends, we had something pretty big happen, and that is MCC 17. And holy cow, Orange Ocelots! What? I did watch it from start to finish, and there was one thing that was a constant through the whole MCC, and that is the domination of the Orange Ocelots. I mean, they were, I want to say, with the exception of maybe like when the second or third game happened, they were literally the number one team throughout the whole MCC.
And it's super rare that happens. Normally the teams that get out to the big lead early on, it's because the early games favor their play style, and then they'll kind of fade back to the middle of the field a little bit later on. But yeah, it was wild to see them just jump out, like, and just, they came to play.
I will never. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go. Wait.
You go.
I will never forget that Grian carry. Like, that was one of the best things I ever seen, you know, when it comes to esports in general. But like, of course, MCC wise, that was like the craziest thing I ever seen. I saw SB. I keep forgetting his name. I think it's SB 737. Yo. Yep. Crazy. And yo, you were right. You were so on point in your, because you were I
tried to tell you.
You did. You tried, and I didn't understand it. And then when I was watching everything back, and you know, watching Dodgebolt, and also trying to pay attention to the tracker, the points tracker, I just kept seeing his name at the top, and I was like, "Whoa, who is this kid?" Like, he's coming in, he's destroying everybody.
I also told y'all Team Fruit Ninja was where it was at too.
Yeah,
you did. You know, I think my favorite part, like, I think, because like I was in Yo's, like, in there the whole time. Not Yo's, Hot Sauce Beats. Like, yo, where were you at?
I was driving. I had to go to Chicago. I was listening in the car.
Yeah, that's right. Hot Sauce's, like, in his Twitch the whole time. And you know, the thing is, like, I was more excited to see how Tommy and Dream were like that team literally was working together. It was like watching like the vibes, and everybody's like, "Oh, you mind if I take charge in this one, or you take charge in this one?" I think that was my favorite part. Is just seeing them actually work together. Like, not to mention, you know, like, I was like rooting for Rambo the whole time because I just wanted Rambo to do good.
And what was really interesting about that, Joey, is they killed it. They literally had one match, the Sands of Time, and I know Tommy, like, if you ever see this, Tommy, don't beat yourself up, bro. It's stuff happens. But Tommy did a ballsy move, fell in some lava, lost his coins. Him and Dream went back. Dream fell in the lava. Tommy fell in the lava again. And that ruined it. And after that, they were actually won. They were in first place. And because of that, literally after Sands of Time, they fell back to 7th place. And there was no coming back.
It is one of those games that wrecks you if you're not super careful. In Sands of Time, it's not a game you can afford a goose egg on.
And they couldn't recover because, you could lose all of your coins. And 2 of their players lost all of their coins. So it was just, it was really sad because they were playing good. And they even, the next game, they came back and won. And then Build Mart, I'm just going to call it what it was. They sucked at Build Mart, and then they were legit out after that. But to go back to you, Nate, what I loved, and again, I've reacted to Green, so like, I really, my two teams that I was really, really rooting for, like I wanted to win, didn't make it. But I am a Green fan. And what I loved in Dodgeball was Green's confidence was not there. He kept passing up the arrow and he's like, no, you take it. I'm not good at this. You take it. I'm good at this. But I'll tell you what, when his team needed him, when they were down, or not down, they were tied 2-2, but they were down 3v1 against Pizza Hut and Illumina. Two of the players left. Green, he came back and won. Green carry. It's not Burden carry anymore. It is Green carry. And he dug deep. He was in the trenches. He anchored down. And it did take a couple times when it was 1v1. I think they both missed both of their arrows twice. So I'm not taking anything away from Green, but the other player that was left, I don't remember who he 1v1 with, but they missed both of their arrows twice too, but Green ended up coming up with the W.
I ended up watching actually that video. It was there's a video out there on YouTube. I was going to link it to y'all where it's like everyone reacting, and at first it starts with Green's perspective because I didn't see it in Green's perspective. So when I was like watching that from his perspective, how nervous he was, and then like he could hear everyone and they're like, yo, just take your time. Like, there's no time. He's like, okay, look, is it infinite? Like, can I technically just wait here forever? And they're like, yeah. And that's something that I don't think at MCC they were thinking about. Yep. They didn't add any time to dodge bolt. So technically, in those moments where everyone's rushing, you don't have to rush. If you're holding on to it, you can technically wait there with it. And that's what Green used. He waited. You could hear him taking his breath. Like, he's taking that breath to like, wait a second. He's like, it felt like time slowed down watching his perspective. It was so interesting. And then watching everyone else react to him and everything like that, it was a magical moment. It's just such a magical moment in time. And I can't wait to watch the next one, especially MCC Rising, that's coming up too, with the creators that's going to be involved in that. I just want to see more of the dodgeball and see how people are adapting, because I think MC may have to change that. I don't know why. I think it's good, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they're probably at some point going to add a timer, because being able to stop like that and just stop all the momentum like that when you have the bolt, I don't know what to call it, you have it, then it's like, I feel like it's kind of a weird advantage. It's a weird advantage to have in that moment.
Well, yeah, because just like you said, you could kill the momentum. It was 3v1, even though you can maybe argue he got the momentum back by bringing it back to 1v1. Like his mindset, he did not have the momentum. Like he thought it was lost. When it was down to him, he's like, shit, yeah, we're done. I'm sorry, guys.
He even said that.
So I love that he really, because like you said, he asked his teammates, wait, is there a time? Can I take as long as I want? And he didn't even draw up his bow. He literally just stood there while he's bobbing and weaving, and he's just getting his mind right. And what I really loved about it is I feel like Green's not a no-name. Obviously, everyone knows Green, but I feel like this is a validation that he's been looking for, because I think like people who are true fans of the MCC know, he's the Dream Slayer. He is good, but it was almost like the phrase of getting the monkey off your back. And he's finally up there with the elite, and you best believe that confidence is there now for the next time he's in Dodgeball. With the trend of MCC, we do also have to announce the elephant in the room. So October 2nd, my friends, our viewers, our family, October 2nd is MCC Rising. I do want to give a massive congratulations to the 10 teams that did make it. Unfortunately, your favorite podcast, the DTP, is not in it. There's always next time. They will do more. They even said that. And again, we want to give a massive shout out to the 10 teams that did make it. And we'll be viewing, fans watching, just like we always are. But unfortunately, we will not be a part of this one. But it is what it is.
Unfortunate.
It's sad, but true.
I can see, though, the next one, I feel like we're going to have a much stronger chance, especially like I mentioned in the group chat. I feel like when we start putting in more Minecraft, we start playing more Minecraft together, making more Minecraft for our channels, they're going to look at that for the next one. And they may, hey, DTP, MCC is not all the way gone. All right, we got more chances, so we may apply. Well, I know we're gonna apply for the next one. So
for sure. Before we leave this episode, any outgoing remarks?
You're gonna want to catch the next one because we've been having our bevs, and we're gonna record the next episode right after this, so it's gonna get sloppy. Keep that in mind.
That it is, my friends. So just like to build off what Yo said, this is the end of episode 7. We will be having another episode come out in about 2 to 3 days. So make sure if you're not yet, please subscribe to the Dream Team podcast. Also, the links to our individual channels will be in the description. This next one is going to be juicy. You don't want to miss it. Stick around to the end because we got some amazing fan art, and I got to give a mad shout out. Finn W. I'm linking their YouTube in the description. They've been absolutely killing it with DTP thumbnails, art lately. Thank you so much. You are awesome. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stick around for the fan art. Have a great day. We'll see you all later. Peace.